Hey everyone, it's Jack. I'm doing a commentary for LEGO Justice League 3, one of my most popular videos. Um, yeah, a lot went on in this production, so I came to talk about it. This scene, the Star Labs scene, this was originally going to be at a bank, um, and like the book of eternity was being kept at a bank, like in a maximum security vault or something. But I decided that it would probably be make more sense for it to be at like a research facility somewhere in the DC universe. So I did my research and I decided to do Star Labs. Um, Another thing about this scene is that this was the first thing that this scene was the first scene that I shot, but because I was expecting, I wanted to use the Jack Nicholson Joker that we'd be getting, but that set wasn't out yet. The Joker Steamroller, they like delayed like some of the sets to March this year for some reason, and not all of them. So like I got the Man Bat attack with Nightwing and the Riddler chase with the new Batman and the Flash. But since I didn't have the Joker, what I had to do is literally every shot that doesn't have the Joker was shot like months and months later. Like everything else that does not have the Joker in it was shot like late December. Like I started like the day after Christmas or something, and like the rest of it was shot in like mid March. And since I only have a few base plates, and I use those bricks a lot because I went to the pick a brick wall with some like promotion, and I just got like a ton of tan bricks to build the walls. But everything without the Joker was shot in like March, so I had to like tear down the set and rebuild it. Um, the shot where Nightwing punches the goon was the first shot in the whole movie. So this whole sequence was shot like in no order whatsoever. So it was really hard to keep track of. And it's a good thing I script all my things now. Yeah, this is the first Lego video to be entirely scripted. Since I have voice actors and now they're getting more complicated. Anyway, this intro, the music I used was from I think it was How the Amazing Spider-Man Should Have Ended from Hizzy. Um, yeah, I just grabbed the music. This scene was I wanted to I wanted to have a Wayne Manor that's just like a hall, but I wanted to look a lot better than the last one. And since the last Wayne Manor burned down in Justice League 2, I thought it was a good opportunity. And yeah, so this Batcave, I wanted to make a the Justice League like rebuilt it, so I wanted it to look really awesome. So I used the 2012 Batcave, a Marvel Hulk Lab Smash set, and the Juniors Batcave, um, which I just thought I'd put it in since I can't afford the 2006 one, even though it's really cool. So I just went to the Lego store the first day of March when it was all out. Because I think the first day of March was a Saturday. Yeah, I think it was a Saturday in 2014. Um, anyway, so I just went up there and I just bought the Joker. They were like selling out really fast, so I just ran up there, just grabbed a Joker Steamroller, uh, Penguin Chase thing, face off, which I'll get to later, and the Junior's Batcave, and I just bought all of them just like right there, and just ran back home and started building them, and I just started animating. Um, yeah, so this teleporter was done by I put a transition between two frames, so it was one of my more simpler special effects. Um, yeah, and this watchtower set, I used like it was like the biggest set I've ever built. It uses the tan bricks from Star Labs and the white bricks from Wayne Manor, and this was like one of the last things I did. I think I don't really remember. All the watchtower things were done in like 1 week, except for well, like half of it. All this talking, I'll get to that later when we went with like the explosion. Yeah, so the shot with Aquaman, I just that's separate because I just couldn't find enough room to put him with like a solid background that like wasn't my wall. So I just I grabbed like the top half and I just put it down there for the shots with like the white background. I don't know if that makes any sense. um, so yeah, so that staircase was from the Hulk Lab Smash 2. So I got that. Um, and put that there. And this is while there's a break. This is my longest project so far. My longest Lego project. Battle on Kashyyyk is probably gonna be longer. This isn't. It isn't out yet at the time of my recording, but it's gonna be really long. Oh, and a lot of the zoom outs and the some of the pans, not all of them. My software, Windows Movie Maker, or at least the version I'm using, is really bad at that like automatic stuff. So I took a video. Oh yeah, and that shot with when you saw the sky, I couldn't find good stock footage online, so I literally just grabbed my camera, ran outside, and just panned the sky. Yeah, and there was a lot of digital work done on this fall, and it was just, yeah, it was a pain. I was working for like weeks on that, just to animate all this stuff. It was just horrible. I used a lot of Lego Digital Designer. It's used a lot in this. Um, and the sound effects for when the bat pod is moving, those were actually ripped from The Dark Knight. Oh, and Tim Drake, he was supposed to be a civilian, but then this one user, Eli Johnson, said, "Can I voice Tim Drake?" And like, he's not in it, but I could probably put him in. Um, so here I have Hobo Joe and Hillbilly Willie. I knew they had to have a somewhat. They needed to have speaking roles. And so Ryan voices Hillbilly Willie, Commissioner Gordon, and Superman / Clark Kent. For some reason, he was like one of the last people to get me his lines. I was just like texting him every day, and it's like, Ryan, get me your lines. Um. So the background for like the wall of the subway and just this cave like thingy was the Dol Guldur set from The Hobbit. Both of them actually. So yeah, when the subway is moving, I'm just moving it like as a loop. I'm just moving the Dol Guldur. Um oh yeah, and this is all these clips from the flashback are like are their actual clips. Like this is from my contest entry in 2011 superheroes, and then the thing with General Zod was pretty much all the choppy stuff was from 2011. And that's from 2012, and basically these are just all the clips from my previous films with Superman in them. And a lot of it's from Justice League 2, since that's when he died. I don't know if I think a lot of people who watched Justice League 3 like went back and watched Justice League 2 and 1 because now those got a lot of views since Justice League 3 came out. Not as many as Justice League 3, since that has at the time of my recording it has like 9,000 something views. It'll be 10,000 before like the week is out. I'm recording this on a Monday, so yeah, it'll definitely have 10,000 by like Friday. It's at the rate it's going. It's great. Yeah, I don't see it going down anytime soon. Yeah, and that's from the Mines of Moria set. I use a lot of for all the caves. I just use like a bunch of Lord of the Rings stuff. Oh yeah, and this shot I meant to shoot it, and I just like early on when I'm shooting like the rest of it, and that was like one of the last things I did because I just forgot. I just forgot all about that shot. And then this montage was done in 2 days, I think. There was supposed to be like a cop chase, but I realized I don't really have any cop cars. If you believe it, I don't really have that much city. Anyway, so this is actually the Black Zero escape set there, and I just used that, and I put the Joker steamroller in the background, even though you can't really see it. You can really only see like the orange on it. Yeah, and what on that fade when they were going, the teleport when they were going there, I like I had to like go somewhere, so I just had to just quickly just do that, and like my mom was like, "Get in the car." And anyway, so that when you hear like there's a chainsaw you hear when Superman's like shaving his beard like earlier. I thought that'd be funny. Oh yeah, and that was masked, and everything, including the explosion afterwards, takes to the watchtower I did in my basement. Because I wanted to green screen it, so it would be easier, but my free trial for Camtasia expired before I could finish editing all the clips, so I just had to mask a lot of them. But it was still, I had a lot of fun down in the basement. I was just like literally just animating. For everything in the Watchtower from the explosion onward to like the Joker fight was done in one weekend. I just went down there, and I remember watching a lot of Smosh and Force Fire 101. Mostly those. I would just go down there all day. And so I made the mistake of building this room like on top of the watchtower. I really should have just used a different set. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, so everything with the steamroller was done in like Saturday morning, so you can see the amount of progress I'm making. Um, so yeah, so I really like this is like the most fun day to shoot, except for there was one exception. I'll get to that later. Um, so yeah, I really like. Well, I kind of like how the way this turned out. It gets a little shaky sometimes, like there. And I wanted that bat thing to be smoother, but it's just so hard to just move them in like that narrow space. Um, Another thing that I started planning this like summer of 2013 after while I was finishing up Justice League 2, and this is like maybe 40% of what Justice League 3 would have been, but I was gonna use Sinestro because I was really banking on us getting Green Lantern and Sinestro this year, even though we're getting them next year after Comic Con this announcement. So that'll be good for Justice League 4. But anyway, I just did a lot of plans were just dropped. I had several endings, one of which Batman using the Batmech, which I would build. I decided that's too campy. Another thing was that the Watchtower would actually fall, and the heroes would lose, and then like Justice League 4 would be like them fighting Parallax in like an apocalyptic world. But no, I just decided to move this ahead and just have this whole story contained into one like really long thing. Yeah, so I don't know. Parallax was bigger than I thought. I guess I just didn't count it, but I guess like the background is really just my basement, that you see. But I think I did it, and you see the yeah, I forgot what I was gonna say. Um, so yeah, so Parallax animation was pretty easy, because like the way he was jointed. Um, yeah, I think I'm gonna do some Bionicle stuff next year, because like the experience I had with that. Oh, and Bizarro Batman. I don't know if anyone watched Justice League 1. It's pretty bad. So if you don't want to watch it, I'll understand this. I think I did a pretty good job of recapping. But anyway, Bizarro Batman. Since I was still counting on them releasing some good villains that year to go like to go with the Scarecrow, and which was also supposed to be a more cosmic villain. But anyway, they just gave us Batman stuff, which I'm not complaining, but from a Justice League standpoint, that's kind of bad. Anyway, so I just created him because I thought Bizarro from like the 2012 like Comic Con raffle, I thought he'd be made to the public. So I just wrote like a draft of that of Justice League 1, and I just made a Bizarro of Batman since I knew we were getting a white Batman. So yeah, he got frozen, Mr. Freeze's Arkham cell in the last one. Spoiler alert. Justice League 1, I mean. And I just brought him back since I guess he's like nearly indestructible. He could like I think they said that. I think I said that in the last one or something like that. Anyway, see, yeah, that Superman was like masked, like so like all the flying is masked. Yeah, and that explosion was from an app. Like that wasn't like a special effect or anything like that. I mean, yeah, I mean, it wasn't like a After Effects or anything like that. I just used Windows Movie Maker, GIMP, and Camtasia Studio for a while when I had a free trial. So yeah, so I think the Batcave. I think that was the last. I think this Batcave was the last thing I shot. I think that shot with Jor-El was the very last shot in the whole movie. I know that for a fact. So presumably this was the last thing I shot. This scene. Yeah. My actor for Flash and Robin, Jobor1777 or something like that. Yeah, I know your name. I don't know all the numbers. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I mean, like, he sent me a really good recording, but when I in the finished product, it really sounded weird. Like all his lines were like really quiet, and I don't know what happened. Like they sounded okay in the project, but I tried enhancing his lines in Camtasia, but for some reason, not Camtasia. I don't remember. I got another software. I don't remember what it was because I got a lot of free trials to experiment, and it just like put everything in super slow mo whenever I tried it. So I don't know. I figured I'd just take the low quality and like the rendered project. Oh yeah, and these shots with parallax on the roof, those were that was actually completely green screen. Yeah, and I built Wayne Tower in Lego Digital Designer, and I just like I went downstairs to my green screen, and I just layered him. Yeah, in my basement I have this green screen. It's pretty nice. Camtasia. Oh yeah, this shot. I think that was the only thing I did one day because for some reason that just took me a really long time, and it's not that complicated. Yeah, this shot was live action. What to talk about? Oh yeah. After my trial for Camtasia expired, I got like this weird software, and like I tried like masking stuff, but eventually I just did it by hand because it just got too complicated. Yeah, and that shot with the demons was made in Digital Designer. I didn't realize that if you play with the exposure on the camera, you get that like weird flickery thing. So now I don't do that anymore. I try to stay away from that. Um, yeah, this was Arkham Asylum set, but I intended it for it to be Wayne Tower. I don't think anyone really noticed, or even if they did notice, they didn't like leave hateful comment or anything like that. So yeah, now you know that I didn't build a Wayne Tower because yeah, it's really hard to build buildings out of like Lego these days because like they don't really make anything. It's like, all these buildings, I only have like 5 buildings. Most of them are for like Harry Potter, and I got like the Lake Town set from The Hobbit, and that was you see that in there a lot. Yeah, this is on Arkham Asylum again. And you see the Daily Bugle in the background. Yeah. So yeah, so the music I used was a cover of "If You Love These People" from Man of Steel. It's this really awesome song. It uses bits of the Superman theme from Man of Steel, and it also references the Dark Knight trilogy theme, and it even has bits of the Lion King in it. I hear. I guess that makes sense. Hans Zimmer, it's really good. See, this was a guitar cover. Hold on, there's a shot coming up right there. That was an LDD, and that I just shrunk that picture of Superman and General Zod flying, and I just went through, and the glass was just transparent, like triangular bricks, like little right triangles. I don't know what they're called, corner pieces. I don't really know. Yeah, all this stuff in the alley was done in like one day, but this took a really long time to animate. I don't know what it is. Yeah, this is I literally just did this right after that thing with when Superman and Zod are fighting the building. I did that like right after Wayne Manor. I just ripped everything down, and oh yeah, this shot of the Batcopter, that's live action. It's the same shot as when the vehicles all fight Parallax in a bit. Yeah. Yeah, and that shot in the water, it's a little hard to tell, but if you look closely, I used like the jet ski thing from the Batman Penguin Face Off. Oh yeah, like the dude that the demons were attacking, the dude with the red hair, that's Phil. I don't know if anyone caught on to that. Phil, like my recurring character. Yeah, I don't think really people know who it is, but like I said in my update video on the first channel, I'm developing this project that'll make them more familiar to people who watch my stuff. So yeah, so this is, you can even see like some of like the designs, like some of like the details that I put onto this wall were from Wayne Manor, like that little tile I just stuck onto the wall for some reason. Yeah, and that was like the visual effects app, Action Effects or something. It's free, or at least when I got it. I hear it's changed a few times. So oh yeah, that Bat Pod that was like I just went and bought like the old Bat Pod on eBay. I have some of the old Batman stuff. That was the only set from the '08. That was the only 2008 Batman set that I didn't get. The one with Harley Quinn and the Bat Cycle, Bat Pod, whatever. So yeah, so a lot of people tell me that Batman just dropped the antidote, and I'm like, no, he put it in his pocket. I guess I wasn't sure how to do that, so I hope people would get the illusion, but I couldn't really think of a better way to animate that on his utility belt, because it would look weird if he was fighting the Joker and he was just swinging that around. Oh yeah, and this shot was my favorite in the whole movie. Not to animate, but it's just I just green screened a ton of stuff. It was live action. I put everything on a box. I draped a green screen over a crate, and I just put wheels on all my vehicles, and I just slid them across in a video. So yeah, oh yeah, and this is my friend Lord Starscream 100. He voiced Nightwing and he voiced Nightwing and Jor-El and a bunch of other like demons, and he voiced like the Star Labs worker. Yeah, so I'm in his Ninjago film. It's really cool. Part 1's out now at the time of this recording. So yeah, I really like this how the scene was done, except it's really flickery. So yeah, so this shot with this whole sequence with the Joker got its own day, and I just worked tirelessly. I just wanted to get it all done. Yeah, and I think I did all the Joker in one sitting, and like I came down to do Batman, like everything else in the fight. Or wait, yeah, that sounds about right. I don't. Oh yeah, and that's Dave. Dave, he was an Ultimate Lego. He's in a ton of stuff, but he's like a minor role. The dude who was driving the car, and the car that he was stealing from, you couldn't really tell, but that's actually me, my Lego avatar. That I put it in all my films now, but most time you don't really notice. In Battle in Kashyyyk, you'll notice it. Trust me, you're gonna notice it in Battle in Kashyyyk. So yeah, so I think this is the first scene I edited because I only edited it once everyone got in their lines, and the dude who voiced the Joker, Lego Dude 20111 or something like that. Like I said, I don't know the numbers. I know he did a really good job as the Joker. But yeah, he got in his lines fairly early, and I recorded all my Batman like as soon as the script was done. So I was able to edit this scene first, and I really like the way it turned out. I just wished it was more like the Superman Zod fight in length, but I think I did a better job with the flicker. So yeah, so the Joker was just my animation. Oh yeah, this is this footage was live action, because I just wasn't sure how to animate that. I mean, like I feel like doing some live action it's like cheapens it a bit, like it doesn't look as nice. And like no offense to people who make like live action Lego videos, that's like its own style, but I don't like mixing live action and stop motion whenever I can, but that time I just wasn't sure how to animate it without it being all weird. Yeah. So yes, it's the same picture of Superman tackling General Zod. That's used in like all the masked. It just like expanded and shrunk. Oh, and that shot with like all like the heroes like fighting the demons on the tumbler, that was cut short because my little sister came in and like kicked the tripod by accident, so I just had to cut that short. So yeah, this end scene was I like the way it turned out. And a lot of people telling me that my Batman voice is kind of annoying. I guess it is now that I'm listening to this. I've been trying to improve it. A creature made of fear itself couldn't have survived all that any fear. Yeah, I guess that's pretty annoying. Yeah, I'm working on it. I still want to do Christian Bale, but I'll do a better job of it in the future. Yeah. Oh, and Lucius Fox. Funny story about him. Ryan and I did a documentary for the science fair, and it's on my channel, but it's private. If anyone wants the link, I can give it to them, but it's not really good. Anyway, so I the narrator was Morgan Freeman, so that was me doing Morgan Freeman voice. It's like, hey, I could voice Lucius Fox, so that's why I did that. Oh yeah, and this final shot was Lego Digital Designer, and it's awesome. The Justice League. Roll credits. Yeah, I really like that ending. So the end for now. Yeah, with the amazing reception I got to this, there's definitely gonna be Justice League for summer 2015. There's before Justice League. Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, I just had to use that picture for Alert Justice League 100. Anyway, yeah, and then there's anyway, so before Justice League 3, I wanted to do to establish Sinestro, since he was gonna be like the General Zod of this movie. I was gonna do a prequel called Krypton, like starring Jor-El. So yeah, there's a list of all the videos that the project footage film. Anyway, so I'm gonna try to do that before Justice League next year, and I think it's gonna be cool. So there's Martian Manhunter. Yeah, he would have been more important in the movie, but I didn't know we were getting him. So I would have like pushed the production back so I could use him, but whatever. So yeah, the Justice League will return summer 2015. All right, thank you for listening. Bye.